Here's how to make your Phasmophobia game go from this to this. Let's jump right into the video. So in the beginning of the video, you guys saw the default settings versus the optimized settings, and I put everything back to default so I could show you and explain why I prefer my optimized settings. So we'll leave text on English, voice recognition mode, voice, crossplay on, aim sensitivity, totally up to you, inverted controls. If you prefer to play inverted, go for it. FOV, we are definitely going to change this. I like 90. You could do 85, totally up to you. Head bob, I think it's very distracting and I don't like the motion, so I turn it on off. And for the degrees, I prefer Fahrenheit because I know Fahrenheit. Celsius, I'm not that familiar with, so again, that's just preference. And everything else, I leave it on default. But if you want to change things for your liking, go for it. And that is the game tab. Let's jump into the video one. I like my brightness on 250% so I could see everything better, but also for video recording purposes, 250 is just easier to see. If you want the more immersive feel, 100 is totally fine. Full screen mode, of course, I want my frames to be smoother, so, and an increase in frames, obviously, so full screen. I have VSync turned on only because I do get screen tearing. If you don't get any screen tearing and you want to boost in frames, turn it on off. For resolution, whatever your monitor specs are, just copy that. Anti-aliasing, we're going to change this to SMAA, and this just makes the edges sharper. It'll be easier to see movement in dark rooms. So I keep it on SMAA, and the quality, I keep it on high. And there's not really that much of a performance difference, so that's why I leave it on high. The fidelity resolution, I keep it on off because I don't need to do any upscaling, and it's just a cleaner image with it off. Texture resolution, I prefer full only because I like the game to look clean. Everything's easier to see, but if you want an increase in frames or your computer cannot handle full, then you can just die down to half, but I promise you it does not look good on half. Skylight, I turn this on. It just, the environmental lighting, it helps with readability on certain maps, so I keep it on. This one for fog quality, this is definitely a personal preference. I like my quality on high because when I do no evidence runs, it's easier to see everything, and that's why I keep it on high. For the shadows, leave it on soft. I've tested hard. I don't really like it. I think soft looks more natural, and that's what I prefer. But test both of them, see which one you like. And for the resolution, we're going to change from very high to medium. I think medium is just better because you get a boost in FPS, and there's like a minimal benefit with it being on very high. And you're not going to really notice the difference. So, and this is also for stability purposes. Anisotropic, we're going to keep this one on. It just sharpens like floor textures, and there's like a minimal performance cost, so that's why I leave it on. All of this we're going to turn off, and I'm going to explain why. So ambient occlusion, it adds like artifacts and like the dark shading and things like that. It looks like cinematic, and I don't really care for that, so I turn it off. Bloom, it makes like flashlights and light sources glow. So if you have a glow stick or the flashlight on, there's going to be like more of a glow, and it just improves contrast with it off. So that's why I have it off. Film grain, turn it off. It adds noise. It makes dark areas hard like to see and things like that. So I would keep film grain off. Chromatic aberration just adds like color distortion and reduces clarity. I would turn it off. Eye adaptation, it auto adjusts brightness and things like that. I don't like that, my personal preference, so I turn it on off. And then screen space, illumination, just leave it on off. It's the default anyways. For your audio, this is all up to you guys. I have my master volume on 35 just because my audio is set up a certain way, so it's very loud if I increase it. The important one is your microphone though. Mine is set to the Elgato. choose the correct microphone that you are currently using. So when you're doing your tests with your mic, the ghost can pick up that, or people that you're playing with can pick that up. And for voice input mode, voice activation is totally fine, or toggle, up to you. Controls, this is all whatever feels more comfortable to you. I leave everything on default, and just make sure you hit apply, and your game should look like this. And when you move around, it should feel a lot better. Everything should look better. And hopefully you guys enjoy these optimized settings as much as I do. And if this video helped you out, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as it does help me out. And I will see you all in the next video.